Hello and welcome once again to this Rome Let's Play, which is now on episode 10, and yeah, the story is fantastic so far, and even more so, the musical score for this is absolutely gorgeous. Whoever put this musical score for this game together definitely deserves some praise, because it's really, really good. Anyway, enough about my positives.
I'm gonna head out now. Don't go too far.
I won't. And thanks, Farah. You're not like most city cops I've dealt with.
You're welcome. Stay alert. The killer is still out there.
I'll be careful.
I hope so. I hope we'll be careful as well. Okay. Damn. Oh well. Let's see what we tell Stina Rooth today.
Agent England, right on time.
Councilwoman?
Oh, stop it. That word always makes me feel old. Call me Stina.
All right then, Stina. I have some things to report.
Always straight to the point. You allergic to small talk, kiddo?
Sorry. Been a long day. I just want it to be over.
Well, suck it up. I need to vent. Had an argument with a friend today.
Yeah? What about?
Not important, but we ended up going our separate ways. Isn't it funny how quickly things can change?
I guess.
History, trust, respect. Poof. Gone.
True enough. Okay, sorry I had to step away for a moment, but you haven't missed anything.
Yeah, that's why we need to stay strong. For those moments when you've only got yourself to rely on.
Spoken like a true loner. I suppose I can somewhat relate.
So, I wanted to share something else. My augmentations grew stronger this morning. The blue is starting to adapt to my psychology.
Blossoming before my very eyes, are ya? Do tell. What new things can you do?
I seem to be able to make people forget things.
I seem to be able to make people forget things.
I better invite you over then. I've got some things I'd rather forget.
Doesn't seem to work like that. It only affects short-term memory. Can't really pick and choose.
Ah, too bad. You'll improve it though, with practice. So, how was this recent experience of yours? Quite a ride for a rookie such as yourself, am I right?
Kind of, yeah, maybe.
Kind of, yeah. Maybe you'd like to explain how it works, in depth?
Sure. As the lab coats over at the Bureau have shown time and time again, no one really knows how the hell blue works.
But that's only on a cellular level, right? We still have some data on the bottom line.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it like this. Lady Blue is your best friend. She knows what you want, what you need. A slow but deliberate beast. She grows stronger with time, but there's no lying to her, and there's no hiding from her. If you wish to destroy your enemies, she'll give you strength and speed. If you desire knowledge, she'll expand your mind and sharpen your senses. If you want to connect with others, she'll give you an aura of comfort, honesty, and trust. Simply put, Blue is pure liquid power. Now, let's hear your report. I've heard rumors about quite a grisly spectacle in the recycling center.
Yep.
Ebus, huh? Those guys are gonna be a pain to deal with. First, they're well armed. Second, they got pulled with City Hall. Our beloved mayor recently granted their church embassy status.
For God's sake.
Wait, what?
Okay.
So they're out of my jurisdiction?
Not quite. It's one of those legal limbos. Sure, you can force your way in without breaking any laws, but they also have the right to defend themselves from unsanctioned intruders.
Fantastic.
That's absurd. In other words, they can gun me down without repercussions.
I wouldn't say that. It's kind of a hassle to dispose of your still warm corpse.
Like this case couldn't get any worse.
No. You're an agent. The creme de la creme of the Central Bureau. Time to act like one. Infiltrate and evade, remember? If you do find evidence that these nut jobs are responsible for the killings, we'll get a diplomatic warrant.
All right. I have to be discreet then, and try to get inside without arousing suspicion.
Bingo. And, well, hope they don't already know who you are. That would make things awkward.
Okay then. I'll get some rest and visit the church in the morning.
Good plan, Agent. Dismissed.
Okay. So let's see what we dream tonight. Or not at all.
You know, the story of Katerina and Carl reminds me so much of what we went through.
Yeah. Similar circumstances, but she put her family above all. She refused to let others decide their future. A part of me wishes we'd done the same. If we were given a new chance, would we take it? Consequences be damned?
I know I would. I'd give anything for another shot.
I'm not sure if I would. It would mean betraying a lot of what I stand for.
I get that. I suppose being dead gives me a different perspective on things.
This can't be healthy.
Probably not.
There's that feeling again. Whoa.
So, mimic a person copying their appearance. Okay. Collect an audiovisual signature by observing the target and activate the signature to assume their identity. Okay. Interesting. Let's see if we can put that to use in any good way. Or a bad way.
Morning, Agent. Dr. Patterson asked me to tell you to meet him in the morgue. He's done with the remains from the recycling center.
All right, thanks. I'll go have a look before I pay Epos a visit.
But first, can't forget our morning coffee. Okay, let's see what troubles we can find.
Feeling ill today? Any soreness or fever? See if you can get treatment for something ordinary. The doctor gets so creepy when he's stuck in the morgue all the time.
I'm well, thanks. But I'll do my best to keep things brief down there.
Ma, hello. Who are you?
He looks sick. I shouldn't bother him.
Okay. Well.
Well, Leonard, it's been quite gross working with you.
You don't say.
Hello again. I've got a present for you, Agent.
Is that so?
Yep, right here on this tray. If you're a fan of minced meat, I've got a bucket full of Leonard out back, too.
I think I'll pass on that one.
Good choice. The seasoning is subpar, to say the least.
Good God.
You take your jokes way too far, Doctor. Now, what have you found?
Well, obviously, the poor man was shredded. Fortunately for him, it happened when he was already dead.
Yeah, I came to the same conclusion. Can you tell me anything about the cause of death?
Not much with the remains in this state. No signs of toxic substances, but that obviously still leaves a lot of options open.
Noted. So what's this in front of me?
Oh, yes. I noticed a pattern on Leonard's skin. Likely a tattoo. These are all the pieces I could find. Not sure how they fit together, but I kept them in case you wanted to have a look.
All right, I'll check them out.
Let's have a look. Okay, so that seems to be going at the top. That's probably somewhere in the middle. That looks to be there. That's probably there. That's ought to be up here somewhere. That's surely like here. Not sure where that goes. Oh, come on. Is that put together? Yeah. Okay. There and there. That one would go in there then. That's probably in there. This down there.
Huh. Looks like Leonard had this symbol tattooed on him. I'll copy it to my notebook.
Okay.
My sketch of Leonard's tattoo. Looks like some kind of symbol. So this is how Leonard's tattoo turned out.
Interesting. What does it mean?
Your guess is as good as mine.
It looks like one of those runes Maya liked to litter the town with.
Oh, wait, that's her doing?
Yes. As I understand it, she was a major voice on the building committee.
Huh. I've been wondering where all those symbols came from.
Yeah. Me, personally, I like the aesthetic. I think it gives the town a distinct look.
Definitely. The tattoo doesn't look runic to me, though, but I'll keep your theory in mind.
Okay. You wouldn't know where this goes, would you?
I found this among Leonard's remains.
Ah, it's safe to assume it belonged to him then.
Agreed. Any idea of what it unlocks?
None whatsoever.
Okie dokie. Well done. Nothing going on here at the moment, at least nothing looked out of the ordinary from what it's been before. So the church, but let's go over here and later to the school. Ah.
Hi there.
Hello, stranger.
Newcomer, right? What brings you to town?
Is it that obvious? I'm here for matters of the faith, you could say.
I understand. Well, best of luck with that. Hey there. How are you holding up?
Oh, you again. I'm doing okay. Any luck with the case?
Some. Have time for more questions?
I suppose.
Do you know anything about the murder of Carl Oscarson?
Not really, just hearsay. I'm sure you've heard it all before.
Do you know anything about the murder of Maya Strand?
No, I rarely go to the museum these days.
By the way, Maya Strand. Strand is beach in English.
What do you know about the conduit?
You mean like for electricity?
No, it's an organization. Pro-AI.
Oh, never heard of them.
What's your opinion on the Free Church of Epos?
I don't know much about it, but going to church doesn't sound like the worst idea. Maybe I should go and light a candle for Leonard.
Maybe not.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
A little bit. We both grew up here in town, but we weren't friends or anything. He seemed like the last person you'd think would get murdered, though. Wouldn't hurt a fly.
What's your opinion on Gabriel?
I couldn't say. I've had very little contact with him.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
I normally don't have much contact with the police, but from what I can tell, he does a fine job.
Do you know Katarina Berg, the teacher?
No, I have no idea who that is.
Why would you call her Katarina?
What do you think of Stina Rooth, the councilwoman?
Never met her, but I'm not much for politics. I have enough to worry about down here in the real world.
Fair enough.
Did you know Maya Strand?
I didn't, but I wonder how the museum will recover from her death. She was the driving spirit of that place, and I can't think of anyone who'd be willing to pick up the reins.
What's your view of Dr. Pearson?
He's as weird as they come, but everyone knows that. He's a fine doctor anyway.
What do you think of Volter?
Oh man, he's hilarious, but some of his robots really give me the creeps.
Okay.
I'll let you get back to your drink.
Okay.
Can you answer? Recognize this?
Yeah, it belonged to Leonard. But I have no idea what it opens.
Okay, well at least we
I'll
found
let you
out
get-
that it's
Okay.
definitely his. Could we...
I don't need to mimic her. I don't need to mimic.
Okay. Nothing new. Okay.
I don't have any business.
Okay, fair enough. Let's have a quick look. Okie dokie. Well, hello there, Rolf.
Rolf looks busy. I'll leave him to his work.
Let's
Rolf
try.
looks busy.
Let's see that everything is okay here. Seems like it. Okay. Ah.
Looks like I was right about the flowers.
Or he did it out of what you told him you thought it was. Ah, the young man. Hi there.
Change of venue?
Yes, this is where the recital will take place later. Great acoustics.
Ah, can I have a little foretaste?
Very well. The same wind, my dear. The same wind. Shook the walls of Jericho. Dried your tears. No Lee to be found. No trust, nor joy. This fire you were set to guard, and I to rest by its side. Your books and notes in disarray. It all seeks to delay us, while you face increasing chaos.
That was great. I love the ending.
You're too kind.
Could we mimic this guy?
I don't need to
Let's try.
Maybe later.
Okay, well, let's have a quick visit at the church and see what happens. So there is a god of some kind.
I'd guess those are members of the church. I don't recognize any of them.
Okie dokie. Hi there.
Hi there.
Greetings, and welcome to the Free Church of Epos. If you wish, you can enter our public prayer room to the right for some silent contemplation.
All right, thanks. What about the rest of the church?
The other areas are off limits to non-members.
Oh. Can I become a member then?
Now is not a good time. We're preparing for a special guest who has come a long way. If you return next week, we'll see what we can do.
I understand. Thanks. I wonder if this special guest can help somehow.
I think so. I have an idea who it is.
I should try to locate this special guest. They may be the key to gaining entry to Epos.
You're probably right. So...
Hey, get away from there. Members only.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Looks like some kind of public prayer room or chapel. There are a few people in there. Looks like...
Okay then. Let's head to see if we can find that special guest. I'm fairly sure it's the woman over here.
A strange woman in hooded clothing. Her sleeve has the Epos symbol. Maybe this is the special guest headed for Epos. So, have you heard about the storm?
I have, yes. It's the talk of the town. I'm glad I made it before it hit.
Oh yeah, that must be quite a relief.
Okay, good stuff. At least that's a way to get in there. I'm not sure I want to, but I think it's our only lead for now. We'll be in trouble once we get in, because I think we'll end up in some kind of issue as we go along. But anyway, oops. Shouldn't change in view of them, should I?
I don't see what I have to gain by disguising myself as her in this place.
Okay, then let's do it here anyway.
I need to get out of sight first.
Greetings.
Welcome, Reverend. We've been expecting you. Step right through.
Okay.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Exodus 23. Suppose it wouldn't be a church without a Bible quote or two.
I'm not liking what I'm hearing.
Sturdy looking filing cabinet.
Oh, hello, Reverend. Sorry about the noise. The assembly hall is to your right, past the locker room.
Thank you.
That door must lead deeper into the complex. I'll have to try to find a way past, but I can't get close without alerting that guard.
Okay. We are using this locker room one way or another.
Some kind of large pool or bathtub. Yeah, that might work as a distraction for the guard outside. I need to be sure that I don't have a reason to return to this room, though.
Fair enough.
A bunch of storage boxes with initials on them. Several of the initials match people I know, but it could be a coincidence. If I had reason to believe one of them was Epo's, it might be a good idea to come back here. I guess I could, but I have no reason to believe that Leonard has used one of these lockers.
Okay. Then let's head through the next doorway.
Some kind of assembly hall with plenty of people inside. I should stay clear. Yeah, that might... Some kind...
Okay.
An armed guard. There's likely more of them around, so I should be careful. A ventilation panel. Can't reach it from here. Looks like a timeline of how the EPO seal has changed over the years.
Hmm.
No way. It's the tattoo design. That must mean Leonard is a member of EPO's. Or, well, he was, at some point at least. I'll get rid of the sketch, now that I've identified the symbol.
Okay. Now then. Would it be time to use the key here? There it is.
Got a written piece of paper.
Okay, so what does it say?
Grandmaster Otto, if you are reading this, it means that I have failed. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to involve the church unless absolutely necessary. My brother has some things for you. They will be self-explanatory. I told him to only give them up to the person who repeats the famous quote from my favorite book. I'm sure you remember. Blessings from Leonard, your most humble and loyal servant. Seems like Leonard was up to something shady. I'll have to find his brother and figure out what the quote is.
Should we go through here now?
Some kind of a
Okay. What about using the faucet now? Yep. Okay.
All right, let's see if this works.
What the heck?
That should keep him busy for a while.
Okay. Happy days.
Locked. Damn.
Okay.
I don't see how the... Ugh, still won't budge. I don't want to shoot them. I don't see how those things work together.
Okay. That's sort of disappointing. I was hoping to get in there straight away, but... No?
Some kind of metal workshop, with a few men working on what looks like construction materials. The room's a dead end, so I'll avoid it.
Okay.
I should stay away while the guard is in there.
Okay.
Ugh, it's stuck. All right, it's loose now.
The hell is that noise?
Shit.
We've got an intruder!
Ugh, it's stuck. All right.
Okay. That works, I suppose.
Six new members over the last month. The Bacarbo parish is also doing better now.
They managed to resolve their financial difficulties?
Oh shit! That's the man from the beginning of the game, isn't it? Dear me.
Oh yes, Elsa is doing great work there. Sending her on our behalf was the right call. That brings us to the subject of these horrid murders.
Vile acts, for certain. I pray that the church will stay clear of any blame.
Why shouldn't it? We had nothing to do with those atrocities.
I know that, old friend. But surely our enemies will not ignore an opportunity like this.
I suppose so. Our violent past coming back to haunt us.
Sadly, the fact that one of our people was victimized will inevitably draw eyes upon the church.
Yes, maybe it's in our best interest to invite the police as a gesture of good faith.
It would certainly show them that we have nothing to hide.
Very well. Let's bring the subject to a vote at the council tonight.
At the very least, it seems like the church leadership didn't sanction the murders. I'll wait a bit and see if they leave.
Okay, let's have a quick look around. Okay, it's worth a try.
I don't think it's safe to go back that way.
Not so sure. Let's do that.
Administrative paperwork.
Okay, so a whole lot of bookshelves. And an exit.
Wow, that's a lot of books. They have an impressive library here. Wow. 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 Grandmaster, I blessing.
Welcome, visitor. You can drop the smoke and mirrors routine, miss.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry, the game dropped out on me.
Yes, you do. While you may fool my younger cohorts, this old man has had dealings with your kind before. Please do me the courtesy of removing that mask. Thank you. Much better circumstances for a civil conversation, wouldn't you say?
I suppose so.
I guess so. I was half expecting you to yell for the guards.
Luckily, I am a man who defies expectations. Special Agent, Violent Crimes Central Bureau.
Oh, it's you again. The man from the train.
Indeed. I never forget a face, but I'm afraid I didn't catch your name.
It's Agent England.
Ah, I am Vilgood. I assume you are aware of our legal status.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not here to cause any trouble. Just trying to do my job.
Why would you cause trouble? That sounds quite unnecessary.
Well, if, let's say, you were sheltering a murderer, I would have no choice.
Good thing there are no murderers here, then, for all parties involved.
Yeah. I overheard what you said to that priest. It's clear to me that you had nothing to do with the killings.
That's a relief. With that unpleasantry taken care of, perhaps I can be of assistance.
I hope so.
What do you know about the murder in the workshop hall?
Not much at all. Only that a carpenter was brutally killed there in the night.
What do you know about the murder in the museum?
Only what my fellow church members have told me. That Maya Strand was stabbed to death by a mysterious killer.
What's your take on the conduit?
Oh, those heretics? Haven't heard anything of them in many years. As far as I know, they are firmly confined to the ash heap of history by now.
Some might argue with that. Your church has a violent past with them, hasn't it?
There's no denying that. We fought many battles with their kind in the youth of our movement.
And now?
Don't be absurd. They are practically eradicated, and we have been a peaceful group for decades.
I'm not sure.
What do you think about their teachings, then?
Certainly dangerous doctrines if left unchecked. The conduit believes humans will create God in their image, instead of the other way around. In their folly, they forget that humans are flawed, and that their creations will inevitably inherit those flaws.
Fair enough.
The false God they aspire to create may demand sacrifices they're not prepared for.
So Leonard Dahl, one of your members, was killed yesterday.
I had a feeling your inquiry would lead us to him.
Can you think of anyone who would want him dead?
No. He was a loyal member of the church for many years. Kind of a loner, but always helpful and polite. He did have a strangeness to him, though. A look in his eyes like he was stuck in perpetual contemplation. It seemed as if he was constantly on the verge of, but never quite able to reach, some sort of profound revelation.
Any hint of a violent side to him?
No. To my knowledge, Leonard never committed any violence, nor did he express any desire to do so.
Okay.
This church, EPOS, what are your teachings?
At our core, we are an Orthodox Christian church. We believe in the one true God and His only Son, Jesus Christ.
And what sets your group apart from other Christians?
Two things. The reverence of the essential humanity in each and every one of us, and our stalwart opposition to false idols. Prior to the collapse, the great flood of our time, we arose as a reaction to the disgraceful habits of that era. The widespread worship of anything and everything but God. Wealth, fame, mindless pleasure. The sickening mutilation of our bodies to the point where some were more machine than human. And the worst of all, the pursuit of AI superintelligences. False gods that humans aspired to construct for themselves. We oppose it all for the glory of our Creator and the salvation in our future.
And how do you go about preventing people from worshipping these false gods?
Not by violence, if that's what you're implying. Such things belong to the past.
So it's just a coincidence that the only armed man I've seen in Nordson was right behind your doors?
Sadly, the world is still in a state where men with guns are a necessary evil. However, no laws have been broken. We have every right to bear arms.
Possibly.
Do you know what kinds of books Leonard liked to read?
One book he borrowed frequently was The Kingdom of God is Within You. In fact, it still hasn't been returned. It should be among his estate.
Would you be able to say if he had any favorite quotes from that book?
No, you should ask someone who spent more time with him.
Fine, I'll do that. What kind of book is it anyway?
It's about non-violence, to summarize.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. Interesting.
What do you know about Carl Oscarson?
I must confess I didn't even know his name before I heard he was a murder victim.
Okay.
What do you think of Gabriel?
Kurt's nephew. We only met briefly a few times.
Do you know who Katarina Berg is, the school teacher? She also calls herself Melinda.
I believe I've seen her around town with the school children, but I don't know much about her.
Okay.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
He's no member of the church, but he's a fine man blessed with strong Christian morals. Compassionate, forgiving, and open-minded.
I wouldn't say open-minded is a usual thing with the Christian church, at least not in my experience with the Christian churches, but okay.
I was good friends with his late father, and I'm glad to see that his son followed in his footsteps.
What's your opinion on Stina Rooth?
Cunning woman, that one. She's been a thorn in our side ever since she joined the town council.
Yeah? How so?
She has a penchant for political obstruction. Things like hindering our building permits or imposing unreasonable restrictions on our street preaching.
There's no reasonable thing about that, sure.
Why do you think she's been acting that way?
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say she has some kind of grudge. Some Christian out there must have greatly angered her at some point.
Fair enough.
What's your opinion on Maya Strand?
She was my polar opposite in almost every way. But I enjoyed the occasional late-night chess game with her in the canteen. It's fascinating how trivial activities like board games can bring such different people together.
So you knew she's a...
Goes without saying that I was as shocked and appalled as anyone when I learned of what happened to her.
What's your opinion on Dr. Pearson?
He and I have quite different takes on life and death, to put it lightly. But alas, a man of my age needs to see a physician regularly to keep the Grim Reaper at bay. So I grit my teeth and endure half an hour of his morbid humor for the sake of my health.
What do you think of Walter?
I don't know him well, but he seems like the kind of man who plays the part of the clown to hide a deep wound.
True.
Do you know who Leonard Dahl's brother is?
I believe his name is Rolf. Quite a shady character, if you ask me.
What?
Oh, the gardener, right?
Yes, that's him.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What can you tell me about Rolf?
Not my favorite person. He mocked the Lord when I first met him, and I don't take kindly to that sort of behavior.
You wouldn't like me either, then. Okay. Anything?
I don't think he'd be Recognize this?
I do. Read it even many years ago.
Know thy enemy?
Something like that.
Do you recognize this woman?
I do. That's one of the teachers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that pretty much sums up what I know about her.
I'll keep it to myself. I don't want the church to know too much about the case.
Okay. Well done.
That's all, for now.
Understood. I'll be here if you have more inquiries.
Thank you, I suppose.
Oh, the passage led back here. Good. Since I left the door unlocked behind me, I'll be able to come back the same way.
Okay. Well then, let's make our way up here first. I want to try and find that book.
There it is, the book from the library. Got it. The Kingdom of God is Within You by Leo Tolstoy. This looks ancient, pre-collapse for sure.
Leo Tolstoy, I even recognize that name, I think.
A number of pages are marked in the margins. Likely to easily find them. Even if one of the marked pages contains the quote I need, there's too much text. I'll need more to go on. Maybe someone who had regular contact with Leonard would know the quote if they saw it.
Well then, the one I can think of is... is the assistant who's over here, I think.
Can you answer a few more questions?
I suppose.
So, tell me what you know about Leonard.
We already went through this. I don't have anything new to add.
Okay, what about Rolf?
Do you know Rolf, the plant master?
Sure, he brings our gardening waste to the recycling center every week. He's kind of an asshole, though. Always seems to be trying to rip you off.
You can say that again.
Do you remember Leonard quoting a book?
He used to say this phrase every now and then. Not sure if it's from a book, though.
Yeah? What was the saying?
I don't remember exactly. Something about life and being human, I think. Sorry, might recognize it if I saw it.
Have a look at these marked pages. Does anything remind you of things Leonard used to say?
Give me a minute, will you?
Sure.
Here. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. Leonard used to say that whenever I was late for work.
Perfect. Thanks.
No problem.
What can you tell me about Leonard's death?
I already told you.
Okay.
I don't want to share.
Okay.
I'll let you get.
Okay.
Let's make a... Oops. Sorry about that. Let's make a quick jump over to Rolf. Sort of need to talk to him now. Then
Hello,
we'll cap off the episode.
Hey, look, I'm pretty busy here. Not really a good time to talk.
This can't wait. You heard about your brother, right?
It's a small town, what do you think?
Sorry about your loss, but I really need to ask you some questions.
Fine.
The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity.
I don't believe this.
You have something for me, Rolf?
I guess so. You know, you're the last person I was expecting. Was my brother a police informant?
Yeah. We were building a case, but that's all I'm at liberty to say.
Shit! That's crazy. Wait here, I'll be right back. Here, now go bury the bastard that killed my brother.
I'll do my very best. Got rid of the note. No need to hold on to that. Let's see here. There was an audio tape and a few documents inside.
Well done. Let's make our way. to here and here, and then we'll cap off the episode. So a slightly longer one, but it feels like we got some good progress going. So when we come back, we'll be listening to the tape and look at the documents. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this game as much as I am. See ya!